I'm here with Eric and Matt at High Voltage Software. They're here showing off a game behind closed doors. Their first game isn't even out on the shelf yet on the Wii. You got the Conduit,
yes,
that's coming out in a couple weeks, but you're here showing off a first-person shooter that might be even better than that. So
we're very excited about it. We're showing the Grinder. This is a 4-player cooperative monster hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You get to play as any number of cool freelance monster hunters that this built on all of our Conduit technology that we built up exclusively for the Wii. So we've got all the great multiplayer components, all the great single-player stuff, but cooperative online play as well, campaign modes. You get to fight. This harkens back a bit to one of our older games, Hunter the Reckoning, that Matt and I both worked on, and we're super excited by. This is something where we
having trouble?
Yeah, we're gonna stop.
Hey guys, Jess is off somewhere enjoying a Jamba Juice, so I'm here sitting in her place. I'm here with Eric and Matt at High Voltage Software. Their Conduit game that's coming out in a couple weeks, it's not even on store shelves yet, but they're here at the show showing off their next first-person shooter. And why don't you give us a heads up on what that is?
For sure. Well, Matt and I, we worked on a game years ago called Hunter the Reckoning, and we were very... It was something that held a sweet spot in our hearts. We love horror, we love hunting monsters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How can you not love killing zombies and werewolves and vampires? It's great fun. It's fun for the whole family.
You're doing the part-time,
Exactly. Yeah. It's a good way to pay the bills. And we what we did was more recently when a game came out, Left 4 Dead, obviously, we were inspired by that because we were like, hey, those look a lot like our characters, and they kind of like a lot what we were trying to do. And but they did a freaking awesome job of it, and it was very, very inspiring. Where we said, hey, well, nobody's doing anything like that on the Wii. We've got this great Wii tech. We've been building the Conduit. We've got what we think is the definitive first-person shooter experience on the Wii with great single-player, really good multiplayer, and we wanted to extend that even more. And so we worked on the Grinder. We had this concept mulling around for a little while, and then we decided that was going to be one of our next big IPs.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's using the Conduit's engine. Can you explain some of the improvements you made to what you're doing now in Grinder?
Absolutely. So some of the stuff we're doing there is you'll notice the color overlays and some of the other things where we've improved our lighting and some of our dynamic filtering effects. Like we want that Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino film grindhouse feel, and that's going to be even more dynamic and dramatic as the game reaches closer to completion in our final polish pass. We've got hordes of enemies, so you're going to see a lot more enemies in the game. We have a adaptive AI system which allows for the game to the enemies to act differently, different numbers of enemies, different variety of enemies, enemies spawning in different points, and so each time you play through the demo it reacts differently. You get guys who are on fire. Fire's
I like to see that, yeah.
Yeah, and they get to light each other on fire,
nice.
Which is also nice.
How long have you been working on this demo?
Not very long, just a couple of months really. We worked on the concept, a lot of pitches and some art before that, but really the actual demo, it's been 24/7 for a big crew of guys working on this, but it's not been a whole long.
You had a good foundation with the Conduit.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, in many ways, it was like starting with a 2-year head start on a game. All the same functionality that you have in the Conduit of all the customization, all of the online components. We're starting a game with those things already there, which is very cool because you have a game that already feels really good, and then we're able to even build on that more with even further customization. that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
That's the slasher. He's a Jason Voorhees kind of Michael Myers kind of character, and he's got a neat mechanic where he's an unstoppable tank that'll just keep coming after you. But if you break line of sight with him, we cheat, and he shows up behind you, much like the great classic horror movies, where you definitely don't want to break line of sight with him for too long, or he will pop up around you.